Hard Football Facts is all about the numbers that correlate directly to victory in the NFL. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. He's Kerry Byrne. Kerry, when you started Cold Hard Football Facts, you looked at conventional wisdom and all the sayings of, the best way to win in the NFL is run the football on offense and stop the run on defense. And you challenged that conventional wisdom by looking into numbers, and what you've built over the course of time are numbers that back up your theories that conventional wisdom is not right all the time.
Well, you know what? I don't look for numbers to back up my theories. My theories are based on what the numbers tell us. Can I cite kind of the origins of Cold Hard Football Facts? The 2003 Patriots. Everyone said they were a boring team. They weren't exciting. They had no stars. Well, I started looking at their numbers. They had one of the best defensive passer ratings in modern NFL history. And then I started looking at all the teams throughout history, and I saw all the champions were great in that number. So that's what we do. We find the numbers that win and lose games, and we do them in a whole bunch of different ways at Cold Hard Football Facts Insider.
All right, so getting right to the DNA of Cold Hard Football Facts, let's talk about two specific numbers you have that really do correlate to victory. One that's called correlation to victory, and the other one that's called predictive rate of victory. What are those two numbers? What do they do?
These are two kind of almost underused features at a Cold Hard Football Facts Insider, but I think very powerful. Correlation to victory is simply this, Butch. How often do you win games when you win particular statistical battles? And it tells us what you need to be good at to win and lose games. And can I cite some numbers? You know, we track this every week at Insider, week after week, but let's look at year-end data from 2011 when we had a full slate, okay? Looking at some of the numbers right here. Teams that had a higher rushing average, teams that ran the ball better, 122 and 134. They weren't even 500, Butch. It kind of smashes that theory that you need to establish the run. Teams with more passing yards, all those big 300-yard passing days people love, 129 and 127, barely over 500. But then we get into efficiency. We always talk about efficiency, right? Teams with a higher passer rating, 201 and 55, won almost 80% of all NFL games. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we see that you have an efficient quarterback, you win games. We created a new number last year called real quarterback rating, not just passing the football, but all aspects of quarterback play. It's the best stat in football. Correlation of victory last year, 223 and 33, 871. Teams with a better quarterback rating, a better real quarterback rating, won almost 90% of all NFL games in 2011, with similar results here in 2012, by the way.
And then predictive rate of victory. The term predictive sort of sums this up.
This is kind of a little more interesting to some folks, especially if they want to wager on games, if you will. But this is how often each stat predicts winners and losers in the NFL. A little bit, different than correlation, but I think a lot more interesting. And one of the numbers we've really found fascinating is our relativity index, Butch. This is how well you perform relative to the quality of your opposition. We track this stat every week, and we track the predictive rate and correlation to victory every week. Let's look at some of the numbers over the years. 2009, it predicted the winner in 66% of NFL games. 2010, 62%. Last year, 2011, almost 70%, 67.4% of all winners were better in our Cold Hard Football Facts relativity index. And by the way, that number almost always predicts winners so successfully. It's had 2 losing weeks since 2010. One of them in week 6, 2012, by the way. But it almost always is predicting 70 to 75% of winners in all games. And we track this each week, week after week, game after game.
So the numbers aren't free. You got to become a Cold Hard Football Facts Insider. How do they do that? And you got a code. You got a loyalty code.
Yeah, you just go to Cold Hard Football Facts Insider, click the Insider Picks and Trends button, sign up for a weekly pass or a season pass. Use coupon code LOYAL. You get $20 off a season pass to Cold Hard Football Facts Insider.
Check out coldhardfootballfacts.com. I'm Butch Stearns. He's Kerry Byrne.